right, what's up, my recovery family? Much love. Hope you're all doing well. I'm stuck here in traffic, so I figured what better an opportunity to share some of my wisdom with you than now, especially while I have to practice tons of patience, forgiveness, and perseverance and tolerance as I deal with a bunch of freaking idiots on the road who don't know how to drive. But hey, God bless them, right? Somebody's got to. But it got me thinking about resentments, right? Because a lot of these videos I make, it's all about sharing my experience and the wisdom that I've obtained over the last 8+ years of consistent recovery with you. And what happens to someone when they go out and they relapse. Because that's obviously something we're hopefully looking to avoid, right? We're looking to avoid a relapse. And if you've seen my other videos, you know my theory is that first and foremost, we have to change the way that we think. We have to build new neural pathways so that by changing the way that we think and the way that we perceive our own reality around us, it inevitably changes our behaviors. And over time, it creates new positive habits. But it all starts upstairs. It starts in our head and the way that we think. And that's where resentments begin too, is in the way that we think. But it's a little bit different. I want to share something with you that I came across yesterday. So I was perusing YouTube, as I normally do, and I came across a YouTube short, about this guy who just started his YouTube channel. And he's on his way home from the gym, 6:30 in the morning, talking about, crushing leg day. Good for you, buddy. I've never done a leg day in my life. But he's talking about how he finally found this courage to go approach this beautiful woman on the treadmill. This woman that he's been, gawking over for however long it's been. So to his credit, he found the courage to go get in the treadmill next to her and spark up a conversation. And as the story goes, as he says, conversation lasted about 3 minutes. And she politely excused herself and said, it's nice talking to you, but I got to go finish my workout and I got to get out of here. And so she got off the treadmill, she went to go finish her workout, and according to him, about 8 to 10 minutes later, she left the gym to go on living her life. And this guy, no joke, was devastated, saying, got rejected again, but you know what? I'm not going to have any regrets because at least I found the courage to talk to this woman. This guy, I don't know what he was thinking, first and foremost. I guess maybe I'm old school. I'm turning 40 soon. So maybe, I'm just from a different breed. But I see that as a totally different situation. I'm focusing on the positive. Look at what you did. You found the courage to go talk to this beautiful woman that you've been staring at nonstop, and you had this huge crush over. And you did something that most men wouldn't do. And you took that first step to initiate contact and introduce yourself and have a short conversation with her. To me, that's a victory. That is an absolute 100% victory, because she went from not knowing who the hell you were to now knowing who you are. And even if it's only a 3-minute conversation, you laid the groundwork, right? You planted a seed in her brain. She now knows you. She can put a name to the face. And you showed her that you have the courage to interact with her. Because trust me, when you're talking to a beautiful woman, they know they're beautiful. All right, straight up, they know it. Okay, so it's no mystery to them. And believe it or not, I'll let you in on a little secret. Some of the most beautiful women on this earth rarely get talked to because guys are so intimidated by them. So if you find the courage to go talk to them, it shows a lot. It shows that you have confidence. And from experience, confidence is one of the most attractive traits that you can have, according to women. And so this guy's, complaining, I got rejected, but whatever, no regrets. It's like, dude, you didn't get rejected. What you did do is you went into the situation with unrealistic expectations. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think that you were going to hop on the treadmill next to her and you were then all of a sudden just going to exchange digits and you're going to set up a date for fucking Friday night and everything was going to go smooth and, you know, she's going to be all up on you? No, dude. Welcome to the real world, all right? You made progress, all right? You did something that most men wouldn't do. You took a chance and you had a minor victory. See, that's this is what I mean by changing the way that you think and the way that you perceive. Because this guy was not rejected. She politely said, hey, I gotta go finish my workout. By the way, it's 6:30 in the fucking morning, okay? So she probably had shit to do, right? Probably had nothing to do with you. She probably literally wanted to finish her workout, get done, go home, shower, and get on with her day. But at least the next time you see her in the gym, you can go say, hey, what's up? How you doing? You can follow up on that initial conversation. So in no way were you rejected. You just went into the situation with unrealistic expectations. And then you put yourself down and say, well, there we go, got rejected again. But hey, at least I don't have any regrets. No, dude, stop lying to yourself, all right? Stop fucking playing the victim. You weren't rejected. More than likely, she had shit to do. That's what it comes down to. So stop thinking that way. Stop selling yourself short. Stop fantasizing and creating this reality that probably is never going to exist. And then, you know, turn it into this major catastrophe when things don't go according to your plans, according to your unrealistic expectations. And the funny part is we do this all the fucking time. We do this all the time. We set ourselves up for failure because we go into situations with unrealistic expectations. And that leads to resentments, right? And a lot of the time, the unrealistic expectation is this person is not acting or reacting in the way that I thought they should. Right? It's all about me. It's about what my expectations are, and I'm trying to put my expectations onto someone else, and when they don't live up to them, I get a resentment, or I feel bad, or my feelings get hurt, or whatever. Understand this. You need to go into situations with realistic expectations. Now, odds are that woman wasn't going to do more than have a 3-minute conversation because she's in the middle of a freaking workout, for God's sakes. What do you think? She's going to stop and then drop to her fucking knees and be like, oh my God, thank you so much for coming and talking to me. When can we meet so that we can get together and hook up? No, that's not what's going to happen at all. Recognize the victories that you have and don't sell yourself short. The other thing that I want you to take from this is don't ever settle. All right? I see it happen way too often because we are so desperate for external validation that we just settle for whatever comes our way, even if it's an unhealthy relationship. Like, who cares? As long as I'm in a relationship, I have someone that's acknowledging me and giving me value, I will settle for that. Even though I know I deserve better, I'd rather have something over nothing. And that's another huge problem that the majority of us have, is that we seek our validation from outside sources. And until we can figure out how to achieve internal validation, so everything comes from inside, it comes from the heart, right? And what I mean by that is, at the end of the day, you can go lay your head down on your pillow, and between you and your higher power, you know that you did everything in your power to have a really good day. That you did everything that you wanted to do for that day, that you accomplished something for that day. And that's all that matters. Stop giving people power over you by constantly seeking external validation, because that's just going to set you up for failure. It's going to set you up for heartache. It's going to set you up to feel worthless, to feel like you're rejected. Okay? So stop doing that shit. Stop with the unrealistic expectations and stop with the external validation. If you can do those two things, right? Temper your expectations and work on finding internal validation versus external validation. And adding on to that, don't settle for something just because it makes you feel good in the moment. Always strive for something better or something more. And that doesn't mean get into a fucking relationship and then, oh, I found something better, so now I'm going to go cheat on her or him. Because I listened to this guy on YouTube, and he said, don't fucking settle. So I'm not settling. I'm going to go after something better right now. Well, I'm also going to, screw over the person that I'm currently with. But that's not what I'm talking about. Before you commit, make sure you're not settling. Identify what you're looking for in a partner. Now, early on in my recovery, before I was allowed to date or be in a relationship, my sponsor had me create a list. And on this list was non-negotiables, meaning that these were character traits and characteristics that were non-negotiable for me. So if you had something on this list, I wasn't going to be with you. I don't care how hot you are. You could be like supermodel hot. If you didn't check all the boxes, it was a pass. Because I know, based upon this list, that if you checked one of these boxes, probably not going to be a healthy relationship. So one of the things that you can do right now today and take action and utilize application, which is, by the way, one of the reasons why people don't make it, is they don't apply the knowledge that they gain. Happens way too often. I'll tell you about that in a bit. But go home tonight, today or whenever, just get it fucking done. Get out a piece of paper, grab a pen or a pencil, and write down 10 things that are non-negotiable for you and a partner that you're looking for. And if you're out dating and you're out, seeing different people, make sure that they check the boxes. All right? Make sure that they're not violating that non-negotiable list. If you find someone that checks all the boxes, doesn't violate that list, then you can pursue a relationship with them. But you have to know for sure that they don't check those boxes. That's why we date. That's why we see, sometimes multiple people at once. I got accused of being a player early on. That was my kind of like my MO is, stay away from Josh. He's a player. Well, no, I'm not a player. I'm just looking for the right one. I'm looking for the girl that checks all the boxes. I'm making sure that I'm not about to date crazy, and get into a relationship with crazy, because I've been in a relationship with crazy, and I ain't gonna do that shit again. And I was blessed to find my wife. It was only slightly crazy, but handle, it's something I can handle. So go do that. That's my challenge to you. Go write a non-negotiables list. Now, the one thing I want to touch on really quick for this video, because I'm trying to keep them to 15 to 20 minutes, okay? I was doing 15, and then, okay, it's a little bit too hard to do 15, so 15 to 20 minute videos. So you can watch them real quick, get through them, learn something from them, and move on. The last thing I want to share with you is this. Look, I've worked through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I am not so egotistical and self-centered that I'm going to make the proclamation that the only way that you can get clean and sober and stay clean and sober is by working through the 12 steps of whatever anonymous program. That's just simply not true. All right? It's not for everyone. It's not going to work for everyone. I did the steps. I worked through all 12. It took me 11 months to do so. That was by choice. And then I did my 12 step, and I started sponsoring other men through the 12 steps. And over the last 8 years, I've had to have sponsored well over 100 different men through the 12 steps. And there was one sponsee in particular that I will never forget. I'm not going to say his name because I never divulge anything that a sponsee has ever told me. I don't share names. I keep it anonymous. But this sponsee was basically borderline genius, but was homeless. One of the smartest people I've ever met. Like, literally memorized the entire big book up to page 164, whatever it is. Memorized all the readings at every meeting. Could tell you verbatim, word by word, what the readings are. Worked through all 12 steps. Did every assignment I gave him. Called me every single day. Literally followed every suggestion that I had for him. Still can't stay clean and sober. Can't maintain a life of recovery. And the reason for that is there was a complete lack of application. So sometimes you can be too smart for your own good because you know all the answers. You know what you're supposed to do, but what's missing is applying the knowledge. Learn how to apply the knowledge that you obtain, and you can make it as far as you want to go. That's usually 9 times out of 10 the missing key. That's the missing ingredient in long-term recovery, is the application. So figure out a way to apply the knowledge that you learn. And if you can't figure out how to do that, ask someone. That's what sponsors are for. That's what mentors are for. That's what friends are for. That's what family's for. If you're struggling with something, hey, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. I just don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to do it in my life. Start asking around. Get different opinions. Get different perspectives. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. I mean, shit, when I started my business, right? I did as much as I possibly could on my own until I hit a wall. And I no longer knew what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I ran out of answers. I ran out of solutions. So what did I do? Well, one, I could have gave up. Or I could have just, kept trying to fake it until I failed. But I didn't. I just, this was too important to me. This is my dream. This is something that I'm not going to back down from. Like I said before, I'm not going to settle for working a 9 to 5. I want to own my own business. So I seeked out the people that had the answers. And they're there. You just got to find them. You just got to look for them. You just got to ask. All right? One of the bravest things you can do is ask for help. People think that it's a weakness. It's not. It's actually something that's very courageous, because it's admitting that you're not strong enough to do it on your own. That takes a lot of courage to make that admittance. So find someone that has the answers. All right, so that's what I've got for you today. Okay, practice realistic expectations first and foremost. All right, continue working on changing the way that you think so you can produce positive behaviors and then start to create positive habits. Find internal validation versus external validation. Never settle, always strive for more. Create a non-negotiables list. And apply the shit you learn to your life. That is one of the most important things. Well, those are all very important, but one of the most important things I can tell you to do is apply the shit that you learn to your life. Because that's what's going to get you to that next level. That's what's going to keep you in long-term recovery. And the last thing I'm going to tell you guys is simply this, okay? It's one of my favorite sayings. I think I made it up. Maybe someone said it before me. But I love this saying. All right, it's a saying that I live by. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You are. You're entitled to have whatever opinion you want. You are a human being. We live in America, the greatest country in the world. We have something called freedom of speech, which entitles you to your own opinion. And you're allowed to voice that opinion. But I get to make the decision on whether or not that opinion has any value to me. And this is what I see way too often, is people giving value to other people's opinions that they don't even fucking know, right? They don't know them from Adam and Eve, but they say something disrespectful to them, and they allow it to affect them so much to where, it messes with them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You get to make that decision on whether or not someone's opinion holds weight. So find out who you value in your life, and those people that you value, those are whose opinions matter. And if it's not someone on that list, anyone else, those opinions don't fucking matter. Who cares what someone else has to say? And if you're letting someone else that isn't on your list of valuable people, your VIPs in your life, affect you in any way by what they say, the only person you have to blame is yourself. So don't give them that power, all right? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but it don't have to mean shit to me. Plain and simple. All right, that's what I got for you today. I'm going to end it there, right underneath the 20-minute mark. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Continue persevering. Continue pushing forward. Dedication and perseverance are going to get you very far. All right, much love to you. God bless you. And until next time, have a glorious day.